Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my very zoomed in channel. So for today's video, I have a few new indie brands that sent me some makeup that I want to try out for you guys. Typically, I do dedicated review for each of these brands, but honestly, it's so much recently that I feel like I can't keep up. So I'm just going to kind of incorporate them all into like one video. So if you guys want to see what these indie brandies are, if you guys want to see what these indie brands makeup releases are, what my thoughts are on these products, well then definitely keep watching. Alrighty, so I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling quite overwhelmed recently with all the new makeup releases. And not just like from the mainstream, but from indie brands. Like indie brands, oh my god, are pumping out makeup like there is no tomorrow. And I'm over here going, I can't keep up. Like, I seriously can't keep up. One, it's just way too expensive to keep up with indie brands. But two, even though I do get some sent to me in PR, I get overwhelmed with the amount that I get in PR sometimes going, like, I don't know what to do. So we're just going to kind of just do a video where I kind of incorporate all of them. So we're going to start off with the brand new launch from What's Up Beauty. So What's Up Beauty is launching the brand new Dragon Eye eyeshadow palette. So this actually retails for $45 and it says, descend into the dragon's lair and prepare your eyes for a magical experience of fierce greens, ancient purples which await beneath. Bring out your beast within using sparkly multichromes and creamy mattes to transform your eyes into the fire you have inside. So I love the fact that it actually goes into so much details about this palette. It talks about the creamy mattes, the blinding and shifty shimmers, the clean beauty, and the work of art packaging. And I really do love that as well. So this is going to be launching on November 17th. And here's the eyeshadow palette right here. I have to say the artwork alone for this eyeshadow palette is absolutely gorgeous. So freaking gorgeous. And it's getting me super excited because I'm reading Fourth Wing right now. I have like less than 100 pages before I finish the book. Honestly, all I want to do is go read. It's freaking pouring rain outside. It's so cloudy, it's shitty weather, it's a little cold. I just want to curl up in a little blanket and read. The Fourth Wing is a great ACOTAR hangover, and it's all about dragons. So I saw this, and I was like, we must play with this palette. So like it says, this palette does retail for $45. You do have 12 shades in here. And I will say, the outside packaging is so beautiful, but when I opened the color story on the inside, I was a little taken back, only because I expected to see, like, greens, purples, blues, maybe some yellow and some oranges and reds in this palette. And I feel like you do get some of that, but like you don't at the same time. You definitely have some more pinky shades in here, some brown shades in here, a little bit of like gold and maybe like one or two blue and purples. Not as thrilling as I thought it would be on the inside versus the outside color story, but I will say that I did have the pleasure of swatching these multichromes and shimmers, and they definitely do deliver in exactly what I'm looking for. So on here it does say, draw attention with 7 blinding multichromes and duochromes, each containing different shades of greens and shifts to greens, and using a new formula designed to bring out more chrome sparkle with no fallout during application. Great for your lid and inner corner. So we're definitely going to be putting this to the test. I really, really want to try this out. It also said this palette contains 5 neutral mattes with pops of color using our trusted buttery formula known for its blendability, high color payoff, buildability, which is perfect for your lid, crease, and lash line. So we're going to go ahead and dive into this today. I also have a brand new launch from Artitude Cosmetics and Fantasy Cosmetica as well. So we're going to start off with this eyeshadow palette. So I'm actually going to go into the shade called Powerful right here. And we're going to work our way from the outer V to the inner corner because I want to be able to use like this shade in particular because this is called Scales, and it definitely shifts between like a blue, teal, purple. And it's so hard to tell on camera, but it is such a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous shade. And I feel like it really kind of reminds me of the outer packaging right here is what I really want to captivate. So we're going to start the shade right here called Powerful, like this deep purple shade. I honestly did not intend on filming this video today. I had a different video in mind. But unfortunately, with shipping, it just didn't want to work out in my favor. So unfortunately, that video is going to come a little bit later because I did something really cool that I've never done, which I'm really excited for you guys to see. But I'm still waiting for some of the items to come in. So it'll be up at some point. I'm also going to be doing a massive declutter at the end of this month because I'm so excited to go through my collection and start to get rid of some makeup that it has been building up, just because there has just been so many new releases lately that it's just so hard to keep up with. That's what I was like talking about, like when it comes to like indie brands. I love indie brands so much, but holy crap, have they also been rolling out so much makeup. Like I really want to get the new Inslee Rain Cosmetics eyeshadow palette. I want to get the new Cosmic Brushes eyeshadow palette. To me, they're like the same. They're like the same price points. I know that like Unearthly Cosmetics has a new collection rolling out with. There's just so much going on at one time that, like I said, even though I do get sent stuff in PR, I also get very overwhelmed as well, because I'm just like, I can't keep up with the filming of it. I can only imagine just trying to consume it as well. You know what I mean? Especially since some of these palettes do look pretty similar to each other. And don't get me wrong, I love indie brands. I absolutely love indie brands so much. I think they tend to have better products with better customer service. So I love supporting and shopping indie brands so much, but there's just been so many launches recently that it's just a little overwhelming, needless to say. So like I said, I got really excited when I saw this palette because I have been currently reading Fourth Wing. Now, I had the original Fourth Wing book for months, but when I saw that they were doing a special like limited edition, holiday edition with an extended chapter, I decided to get that book instead because I'm kind of anal with my books. I do like my books to match. I've been that way my whole life. So if I get like a paperback series, I kind of have to stick to paperback, or hardcover. I had to stick to hardcover. Now, it hasn't always been that way. Like back in high school, I just bought books the way they were. But when I look at my bookshelf now, I'm just like the OCD in me is like, they don't match. You know what I mean? So I really wanted my holiday books to match because Iron Flame was coming out, and that has the black sprayed edges, and I really wanted my holiday book to match that. So I went and got it. And I have been like holding off on reading it until my Iron Flame came in because I really just wanted to read them together, because I'm the type of person, I'm going to go into the shade right here called Scales. I'm the type of person, I absolutely hate waiting for a new book to launch. I like to wait until everything's out before I read it because I just hate waiting. Because I did it for years when it came to like Harry Potter and Twilight and like the Divergent series and Hunger Games series. I hated always waiting for the next book to come out. It used to drive me crazy just having to wait, because like they would take like a year or two for it to come out, and I get it. The author has to write it. I understand. But at the same time, I'm just like, I want it now. I'm the same way when it comes to TV shows. Like I won't watch a TV show until like at least the entire series has come out, or like at least the first season has come out, because I want to, I like to binge. So I was holding off reading this, and I finally started, and like I said, I'm less than 100 pages from finishing it, and oh my god, guys, it is such a fantastic book. I love fantasy books. I cannot help it. I tell my husband all the time, I wish there was like a way like I could just escape and go into my fantasy novels and never come out. But I just love the fantasy world. I'm like, how do you go from like reading something like this just to go back to like mundane life? I'm just like, it's not the same. I don't have magical powers or a dragon to fly on. I have to go back to this normal mundane life, or have to pay bills and stuff. Ugh. Okay, so I can see on like in person how that shade is definitely shifting to purple, but I definitely can see right here by looking at my monitor that all you guys see is green. It doesn't show the purple shift. That's the only thing I hate about multi-chromes and dual-chromes for some reason. Maybe it's just my equipment, my lighting. I don't really know, but I can never really get it to show off the way that it's really meant to be shown off and get you guys to see it for how it truly is. So I'm actually going to go into the shade right here called Monster. And it's like this purple dual chrome right here. And I'm just going to place that like kind of on the edge so that it just blends more seamlessly for you guys, so you guys can see a more blend instead of just being green on top of purple and being kind of harsh. It will look like that to make it a little bit more easier for the eye and for the camera look. But in reality, I can truly see the difference between the two. So next we're going to go into the shade right here called Magic. This really pretty, like again, this looks like a multi-chrome between like pink and silver and rose gold. And we're going to start to put this right here. Oh yeah, that's pretty. We're going to put this right here. That kind of matches my nail a little bit. Just like so. You know, I will say the formula on this is actually incredibly soft, really nice. I'm not seeing any sort of flaking whatsoever. I'm not seeing any fallout, which I really do appreciate, because there's been some palettes that I've worked with that have definitely had some fallout. Like, I love Odin's Eye so much, but the recent palettes they just recently launched for the holiday definitely had some fallout too when it came to some of their multi-chromes and shimmers. There's definitely some flakiness, but this one is just laying down so smoothly and softly. It is really nice. I like this. I feel like this is kind of giving the vibes a little bit. What do we think? What do we think? I could have gone with green. I could have gone with like a golden green, like this shade right here. Could have gone in with like this shade, or I could have gone in with like this shade, but I just really wanted to do something a little bit different and stop doing the same colors that I normally do. So what do we think? Do we think this kind of looks like a dragon eye just a little bit? I think it's actually really pretty. This is a really pretty palette. So moving on to the next palette, because I do have another palette, sort of. This one is from Fantasy Cosmetica, and this is called the Lost Library Collection. First off, I think this is such a cute collection name. I obviously have a shit ton of books because I'm such a huge reader, and it's always been a goal of mine, like a true goal of mine, to have a library one day. I just want to have a room or like a massive closet just dedicated to like a library, very comfy, very cozy. That's where I go and hibernate for hours just to read a book. And so I love the fact that this is going to be a Lost Library collection. It definitely is like tugging at my heart. So this right here says, in a forest glade, a lost library once was found. Mystery enshrouded from the foundation up to the crown. Where did it come from? Why does it glow? Answers to which few now know. The statue's grand with imposing scale, created with the finest detail. So real the magic of the world thrived, it couldn't help but bring them alive. Everything so bright and beautiful, we found it quite hospitable. The library and its grounds were vast, the shelves were full, tomes unpassed. Such a freaking cute thing. Now this collection actually rolls out with quite a bit of lot. So the first thing it's rolling out with is the Lost Library Shadows. So right here it says that these are the holochrome eyeshadow singles. It says the Lost Library Shadows are smooth holochromes. They have holographic pigments that are especially eye-catching under direct sunlight, as well as either a duochrome or multichrome shift. There are 4 shades: Scroll, Tomb, Song, and Book, that do retail for $14.99. And they also have the shade called Codex and Grimoire that are retailing for $18.99. And you guys can buy the empty magnetic palette that holds up to 6 of these singles for $8.99. And as always, you guys can use code Allie, which will save you guys 10% off when shopping anything at Fantasy Cosmetica. Now I will say one of my shades did come in completely broken. It's this shade right here. I'm too scared to like pull it out to see what the shade name is underneath, because it literally, the shades are not really clinging on. Like when I opened it out of the package, everything completely fell out on my carpet, and I was like, it fell on my carpet, but I scraped it up under my fingernails. I scraped it up and I shoved it back and I stamped it down in this palette as best I could. I'm definitely still missing a lot of product out of here, but it is what it is. I did the best I could to salvage it, and there's definitely some dog hair probably pressed into there too, because it landed on my carpet where my dogs lay. So there is that. Now, since these are all holochrome and multichrome pigments, these definitely are not going to be the easiest to create like a full-on look with without any mats to make it like dimensional, but we're definitely going to do something. I really want to create a beautiful eye look using this palette. This collection also rolled out with lipsticks as well, so we have tons and tons of lipsticks to swatch with this collection. And this collection also rolled out with perfumes. Every time Fantasy Cosmetica releases a launch, they always have perfumes to go with it. So I'll quickly go over the perfumes. There are 2 scents, I believe. So there are there are 2 scents. So the one I have right here is the Bard fragrance line. So this is going to have the top notes of orange and almond. The heart is going to be honeysuckle, pink peppercorn, and the bottom is going to be toasted marshmallow and jasmine. So let's go ahead and spray this. Oh, that smells like a spicy, like a spicy cherry. I'm not really a fan of this one. It reminds me of like a spicy Robitussin. Okay, so typically, oh my gosh, ooh, it is strong. Oh my gosh. Okay, so these retail for depending on what you get. I get the 10 millimeter, so these retail for $16.99 because I do get the spray. They do have a $2.29 1 millimeter coconut oil base sample. Then they have the 10 millimeter coconut roll-on oil for $16.99. You have the 10 millimeter spray for $16.99, or you could do the 30 milliliter spray for $32.99. And now it kind of smells like a cigarette. This is going through a lot right now. This is going through a lot. I don't know what it's going through, but this is from the Bard line. So this is a previous fragrance from the Bard line, which I don't even think I had too much of a chance to review, but we do have this right here. Ooh, okay. I'm not the biggest fan of that scent at all. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, so now we have one from the Lost Library. So this is going to enjoy the rustic scents of saffron, lit matches, and white tea as a top note. And then for the heart, we have beeswax, tobacco, orchard, and burnt incense. The base is oat moss, arguwood, and vanilla. Alrighty, so let's check out this one. Let's see, what do we have here? Oh, that actually smells really, really good. Ooh, that smells really good. It does kind of remind you of like a Lost Library a little bit. Like it does remind me of that. I definitely recommend the Lost Library perfume. The Bard one, no, no, no. It smells like a little bit of cigarettes. Like you know what? Let's cover up this scent. I'm not a fan. So we're going to try to create a look using the Lost Library palette. I love the outside packaging. This is so freaking beautiful. So let's see, what can we do? So I think I am going to be a little cheeky. I think I'm going to go into the shade called Creature right here from What's Up Beauty, just to kind of lay it down as like a base, since these are all multi-chromes and holochromes in here, and just so we can have some sort of matte to it. But I really love how this eye looks. So let me just throw on my eye base really fast. Now I know that I could technically do kind of like what Angelica and like, my dog just scared the shit out of me because he just slammed himself onto my closet. Now I know I could do the series that like Angelica and Heather, I think Rachel and Linda do it too, where they do like 4 indie looks, 4 different palettes, like in one video. Kind of like what I'm doing right here a little bit, where they're trying out different indie brands in one video. But I just feel like I don't get enough indie palettes to do something like that. I don't really, it's not that I don't want to try a lot of indie brands. I do. It's just that there's so much of them. I feel like I have a hard time keeping up with it. So that's probably why I don't have like as much, that's probably why I don't do a lot of like indie stuff, because I really just don't know all the new indie brands that come out. They're fun. They're definitely fun to try, but I feel like I definitely struggle to keep up with all the new indie brands. And so that's why like I'm trying to do something like similar to what they do with their videos, but I don't get enough indie PR to do that as well. And by the time I buy it, well, there's 5 more launches at that point. I have the shade called Scroll right here. So Scroll is classified as reflects with an orange and peach and gold green shift. We're going to actually start off with this as an inner corner. It's a really, really, really pretty shade. Looks like this, like that is so freaking stunning. And we're going to start to just place this like right here. Ooh, that is gorgeous. And then I'm going to go in the shade called Codex right here. And this is the one that retails for $18.99. Scroll really does tell for $14.99. And we're going to start to place this right next to that shade. This is classified as reflects with a deep pink, bronze, gold, green shift. And then I'm going to go in the shade called Grimoire. This reflects with a deep purple, pink, bronze, green shift as well. Okay, cool. And this one also retails for the $18.99. And we're going to start to place this right here. Okay, so this is kind of where we are right now. These are both really beautiful eye looks. And again, they kind of remind me of like the Dragon Eye just a little bit. But these are 2 different indie brands on the eyes right now. And I have to say the formulas are really beautiful. So let me just quickly throw on my base of makeup so you can come back and do a highlighter, because I do have an indie brand highlighter, and the lips. And we're going to finish off these looks. Face on and the eyes are done. I did go back into the What's Up Beauty palette. And I did take the shade called Powerful along with Breath right here to kind of just mix underneath the waterline right here. I think this is such a beautiful eye look. I really love how the purple and green came together. It really does remind me so much of like the dragon on the front, which is what I was definitely going for. And then for this eye right here, I did just kind of take the shade called Smoke and Creature right here, just to kind of smoke it out underneath, just to kind of blend it. I'm really glad I did add that shade, because as beautiful as the Lost Library collection is, like I love these multi-chromes. Do you guys see like how smooth it truly is? It's so smooth and flat on the lid. I love how this is turning out. I definitely feel like adding just a little bit of that matte base really kind of brings everything together. So for highlighter, I do have 2 highlighters from Artitude Cosmetica. Now these actually came with the Abscission palette that I reviewed for you guys. I did a review for it in my full face of trying out new makeup from Sephora. I did actually review that palette, but it also came with 2 multi-chrome pressed highlighters. So we're gonna actually try those out today. So I have 2 shades. I have the shade called Dimension right here, which is so interesting that it's a multi-chrome highlighter. So this is how Dimension highlighter looks. Let's take a see it. Let's swatch this. Oh, wow. Okay. Mention, and it definitely goes between like a white, yellow, purple shift. Very beautiful. Very, very thick. It's a very thick feeling like highlighter. It doesn't really feel like it's a highlight. It feels more like it's an eyeshadow, but then we have the shade Dimension. Then we have the shade called Transition right here. This one feels so much, whoa, that one feels so much smoother. This is going to be like an orange, gold, yellow shift. So up first we have the shade called Dimension, and then we do have the shade called Transition right here. This looks very similar to that eye shade that I'm wearing right here on my lid. Very, very beautiful. So I think I'm actually gonna wear both highlights today since we do kind of have two different colorful eye looks. So on this eye, we're gonna go into the shade called Dimension. I'm going to start to just place this right here. I'm kind of curious to see what color it's gonna pull on the face, and it looks like it's pulling a little bit more on the purple pink side. Very, very, very gorgeous. Okay, cool. So then on this side, we're gonna go into the shade called Transition. Oh, that is absolutely gorgeous. I love the way that highlight looks. You could definitely see where it's that gold, green, red shift. That is so freaking pretty. I love it. Okay, so I'm actually gonna do the same exact thing. I'm gonna take that shade called Transition. We're going to put that in the inner corner and brow bone on this eye. That is so stunning. It does kind of blend in with that first shade, because like I said, they do look very, very similar. And then on this eye, we're going to go into the shade called Dimension. Wow, what are the odds that those actually worked out? Alrighty, so up next, we do have all of these lipsticks from Fantasy Cosmetica. Holy crap, there's so many. So these do retail for $10.99. This says that the lipsticks are creamy, smooth, opaque, and comfortable. They have a light grape scent and are available in the following shades. There are 9 shades to swatch for you guys. So I'm gonna actually swatch all 9 of them on my lips. Okay, so up first we do have this shade called Unearth. This is gonna be a light dusty orange. I do think this is really pretty, but I definitely don't think it goes with this eye look. Okay, so then right here we do have the shade called Lost, and this is going to be classified as a nudie pink. Definitely a bit more on the more wearable side for this look, but I will say it's not my favorite, but it is actually really comfortable. Right here we have the shade called Hidden, and this is going to be a cool brown. This would be a cool pink brown nude. This to me is really pretty. I definitely think this would be an everyday wearing lipstick, and I think it goes perfectly with this look. I actually really like this one. Okay, so right here we have the shade called Secret, and this is classified as a bright true red. For me, it's not my favorite. Like you guys know I'm very particular when it comes to reds. For me, I just feel like this is more on like the berry red side. It has a little bit more of a pinker undertone to me personally. So while it's a pretty color, it's not my favorite. Okay, so here's a shade called Mystery. Now this is classified as a deep neutral red. It's pretty. I think I like it a little bit more than the shade called Secret, but it definitely pulls a bit too plum purpley. Still not my favorite, but definitely more wearable for me in terms of reds, but it's definitely not my favorite red. Okay, so right here we have the shade called Buried, and this is going to be a deep brick brown red. Now this definitely pulls up more on the brown side for me. I love this color. I think this is perfect for the fall holiday season, and I think it really complements this eye look really nicely as well. So this is a top contender for being one of my favorites out of this entire line so far. Okay, so this is the shade called Obscure. This is a bright yet slightly dusty cool pink. Oh, I hate this on me. Oh, you guys are always like, oh, I love pink on you. I absolutely hate pink colors like this on me. It's just, I don't like how it makes my teeth look. I don't like how it looks with me. And this is my full face of makeup, and I'm just looking at it going, definitely not one for me. Okay, so this is a shade called Forgotten. This is going to be a deep green based blue. You know, it's not for me. It's a pretty shade, but it's not for me, and that's completely okay. So here's a shade Forgotten. Here's a shade called Overgrown. This is going to be a bright yellow based green. This would be a mossy yellow based green, and it's not bad. I like it more than the Forgotten shade, but I definitely say it's not my favorite. I think it's pretty though. Like I think I would mix this with other shades, honestly, or mix this on top of a black to make it like this really more cohesive. But I feel like it kind of does match this eye look a little bit. Okay, so my lips are like rubbed raw. I'm gonna throw on one of these lipsticks. We're gonna come back. I'm just gonna do a quick little overhaul of these entire collections, tell you guys which ones I really do enjoy. Plus I do have one other product that I haven't talked about yet. So I'll be right back. Alrighty guys, and this is the final look. I did go in the shade Buried right here. I really love like this deeper brown red. I did use a deep lip liner. I went in with the Jaclyn Cosmetics Toasty lip liner, and then I did fill it in with the Fantasy Cosmetica Buried lipsticks. So we're going to quickly go over everything, but I do have one new product that I did not talk about, and that is that Fantasy Cosmetica rolled out with some candles. So for the first time, they rolled out with candles. Now I only have one. I have the scent Overgrown Absorbatory. These do retail for $29.99, and these are the Lost Library candles, are inspired by getting lost in books and reading through the night. They are 8-ounce apricot coconut wax candles with a wooden wick. The candles make a light crackling sound as they are burned, available in the following scents. There's Overgrown Observatory, Cursed Tomb, Secluded Nook, and Suspicious Bookshelf. Now, I got this one because this is a crisp apple scent, and if you guys don't know, I'm obsessed with fall scents. They're my absolute favorite scents to have. So I did pick up this, and this smells so freaking good. So we're just going to quickly go over everything. So up first, we do have the What's Up Beauty. This is going to be the Dragon Eye palette. Guys, this is such a stunning palette. This retails for $45. This will be launching on the 17th, and oh my god, I'm so blown away with how gorgeous this eye look is. Not only did I use it on this eye, but I did use it on this eye as well as a base, and I have to say I am so impressed with how this eye look turned out. I think this is such a stunning palette. Like I said, it was kind of underwhelmed at first when I first opened this, going, I don't know. It's not really hitting the theme that I thought it was, but the more I played with it and the more I swatched it and the more I just looked at it, I was like, this is absolutely gorgeous. Plus the formula is truly divine. Definitely well worth it in my opinion. Then we do have the Fantasy Cosmetica. We do have the Lost Library collection from Fantasy Cosmetica. I think this is such a gorgeous collection. This is probably one of my favorite collections from Fantasy Cosmetica so far. First, I'm a little biased because it has to do with books and libraries and stuff like that, so I'm a little biased towards it, but I really do love this little palette. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. You guys can definitely put your shadows wherever you guys want them to be. I love that they range from $14.99 to $18.99, and you can have this little magnetic palette. Super freaking cute. And then they also have these really nice lipsticks. I will say this formula is really nice. It's really high shine. It's not sticky. Now, it says it has a grape scent. I do not smell a scent at all. But one thing I will notice is that these are definitely really buildable. Be careful with like the deeper shades like Overgrown and Forgotten and like the red shades, only because you're definitely going to have to build them up, because when you start to do that to your lip, you are going to shear it out just a little bit, so you definitely will have to build it up, and this is definitely going to transfer onto whatever you eat and drink. It's definitely it's not transfer resistant, and it probably will spread, but I will say it's a very, very comfortable formula. I really am enjoying this, and you do have 9 shades that you guys can choose from. Very, very beautiful. Now, this collection is going to be launching on November 19th, and I do want to let you guys know that on November 19th through the 29th, Fantasy Cosmetica is actually doing their Black Friday sales. So not only are things going to be heavily discounted, like their palettes are going to be 22% off, their single shadows are going to be 30% off, their perfumes will be 25% off, lip oils are 25% off, and they have some bundles for 25 to 30% off, but you guys can actually stack affiliate codes on top. So if you guys wanted to, you guys can buy like the single shadows for 30% off, plus if you use code Allie, you guys will save an additional 10% off of that. Same thing goes for like the palettes, the bundles, the lip oils, the perfumes. Everything is going to be heavily discounted, along with adding affiliate codes to make it even more money discounted for you guys. So I think that's definitely a fantastic deal. I'll link them down below. Last but not least, we do have the Art of Two Cosmetica. These are going to be the little highlighters. These are freaking gorgeous. Like, I just love the shine. Like, it's just like you guys can see how it's just hitting my face just right. It's a very beautiful shade. We have the shade Dimension on this side, but the transition shade, this is stunning. This is absolutely my favorite from the two. This is so beautiful, and I didn't even realize that I actually ended up getting the highlighters that matched my eyes. I had no intention of doing, like, I had no idea what type of eye looks I was going to create when playing with this, so the fact that they kind of match is actually really freaking cool. So overall, I think these new launches from these indie brands are actually beautiful. There's not one bad thing I have to say. I really loved all these products, and I'm just like... These are great. See, this is what I mean when I say that indie brands are where it's at. They have better customer service, they have better products, and I just thoroughly do enjoy them. I'm just a little overwhelmed because there's just so many of them that I'm just like, I can't keep up. Every day there's a new indie brand that I'm like seeing everybody try. I'm like, what? And I can't keep up. But I really do enjoy playing with them whenever I do. So Fantasy Cosmetica, What's Up Beauty, and Art of Two Cosmetics. Thank you guys so much for sending these my way. I absolutely love these collections. I think they're beautiful. And I'll have all the details about them listed down below. So with that said, guys, that is it for today's video, guys. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please make sure you guys give this video a cheeky thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you guys have not already, because I do post 4 to 5 videos every single week. Make sure you guys head over to my other channel. It's Art for Life. You guys get to see my cool, wonderful adventures, my amazing husband, Corey. And as always, the biggest thank you goes to these beautiful, wonderful page members you guys see right here. Thank you guys so much for everything. And to my subscribers and viewers, thank you guys so much for being here. Whether you guys like this video, you guys thumbs down this video, you guys subscribed, you guys did not subscribe, either way, thank you guys so much for being here. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you. So with that said, guys, I love you, and I'll see you guys in my very next video.